YouTubers or Neptuners. And welcome to part 2 of my productive things to do as a college student during winter break. Snack. Don't need to see the nutrition parts. And join me on my trip to my intergalactic journey. So my third tip is helping others, volunteering and donating. Well, people always need things any time of the year, but especially now due to the coronavirus, these are things that I have actually used to get back to the community. So I also did a little research. You guys can comment below other good companies that you have experiences with and more knowledge than I have for volunteering. You can always comment those below. And so my first one is Purple Heart Pickup. Literally, this is like
the simplest and easiest thing
to do when you're getting rid of either household appliances or your clothes that have either fit you, that don't fit you, or still fit you and you don't want. Literally, you just get a bag, put them all in the bag, tie it up, and put it outside in front of your house, and schedule a little phone call with them to schedule a pickup. And literally, they come within 24 to 48 hours to come and pick up that stuff, and you don't have to worry about it. It's really super easy way to give back to your community with minimum effort. So number 2, I know you guys heard of Poshmark. That's a place you can basically sell your used clothing brands. And usually it's like major clothing brands or designer brands. And basically this is a way you can get money for the clothes that you sell. As you'll be able to get your money, and you could split it like 50-50. You could keep like 50 for yourself and donate the other 50% to something. So basically everyone will be a happy camper. It's a win-win situation for everyone, And another tip is to do Meals on Wheels, which is basically a company where you can basically help deliver food to senior citizens, because it's nice for them to see a young face, especially since a lot of them haven't had any human interaction just in general. They may be able to help a sister out or something later if you're not motivated to do it just because you want to. You look at the chapter that's local to you, and because you'll have to pick up the food there, and then you'll have to travel to different places to drop off the food, and you're not required to go into their house or anything. It's minimum effort. You never know, you could be literally the only person they're connected with, ever connected with that. Another tip is also to mentor young students. You can give them a flair of your beautiful uniqueness, that they really need during these times. It helps also if you get involved in your clubs and schools. Because usually they typically have volunteering opportunities closer to where you live, and unique volunteering opportunities you never heard of. So for example, for me, I'm in this club, and they sent an email a couple days ago saying about pandemic professors, and basically you mentor low-income students K through 12, because a lot of these students, they have parents that are on the front lines, and they may not have time that they want to devote to their kids all the time, but then they have you there to be their mentor, for their inspiration, because maybe some of them may have not been thinking about going to college, and then they see you may be the only one that they know goes to college, and you could be, you're older, they could look up at you and be like, oh my gosh, you're the reason why I got my PhD, or I decided to become an entrepreneur. You could be that face for them because they haven't had anyone in that place. 4 is figure out your career. Yes, get your head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. Make sure to do research and watch videos about your career you currently have or want to have. This is like a great way for you to figure out this time during the winter break what you actually want to do and whether you actually want to do it. That's the key, because sometimes you may major in something or you're undecided and decided their major, like you may not even actually want to do what you said you wanted to do. If you're undecided, you can definitely, what helped me was to listen to TED Talk and YouTube videos, because actually TED Talks, that's how I figured out that I wanted to be a civil engineer. And I wanted to go get an MD PhD. And if you don't know where to start, you can start just watching random videos on stuff, and then you'll start to see yourself start to like a particular type of video, and you'll just want to watch that type of video. And you can definitely pick, you can Google like search terms like what that topic was about and see careers that are similar to that, and you can go from there. So example term, you can do like life as a ... and that really helps you see like how their day is. Of course your day won't be exactly like that, because you know everyone's different, but you can maybe even see yourself in the shoes of that person. You can see if videos on the skills that you need to be successful in that field. For figuring out your career, you can look at side hustles. If you're like me that likes to do multiple different things, you know, you have a hobby that you're really passionate about, turn that into actually like a side hustle. And also, you know, there's always entrepreneurship, and you can start researching what to do, what ideas, with the idea or ideas that you have and the resources, money, and that you need. That's why I mentioned in the first place to start networking. It's good to have connections, especially with the app Connectful, because they're full of other entrepreneurs, because you need to be connected, and it helps to find a mentor, not an advisor, because I know you guys probably been having a lot of problems with your school advisor. But it's good to have a mentor, because the difference between a mentor and advisor is the mentor actually did what you want to do. An advisor is someone that just did the research, but they haven't necessarily did what you want to do. So definitely make sure you find a mentor, someone that actually did what you want to do, so they can help advise you and guide you on the path to your dreams, you know, for all your ideas. So tip number 5 is connect with your friends, old schoolmates, and family members, people that you may not have talked to in a while. And especially since now we're back at home, we're not at school anymore, it's essential for you to stay connected, not be lonely, you know, at home with your family members, but to connect with people outside of your home, whether it's through Zoom or like going grocery shopping or like stuff like that. Don't be afraid to connect with old schoolmates back home unless they were toxic to you. For example, me and my best friend like to go out and we like to go out to eat.
Oh my god, I should have worn my coat. What was I thinking?
I know, right? We'll either eat like in the car, since now we can't eat inside and it isn't really safe to eat inside anymore.
Here's my friend. Wow, are you a model?
Yes, I'm a model.
Now we're going to a restaurant in this near me, Chinese restaurant. We're gonna get takeout.
We'll just sit, eat, talk about things, and it's really nice, you know, to connect, not be at home all the time. And then another way is I also like to go grocery shopping. And also an tip is to try different grocery stores. So like me, I've recently been going to the Asian grocery store to get some stuff, because, you know, trying to expand my cuisine. So this is me. I'm trying to cook some food. This is where I'm at so far. So those are other ideas. Make sure, also remember when you're connecting with people, like don't be afraid of rejection. Rejection will set you back in life. And a lot of people just fear rejection and decide to stay lonely instead of reaching out to people. And when people reach out, sometimes they'll say that they're busy or whatever, but they're really not busy. And basically people are waiting for that friendly message like yours to come. And it could be a spark in their day, you know, because I know I love getting messages from people that I haven't talked to in a while. It's like really nice, you know, to hear from other people. And yeah, it's just really nice. Another tip is to connect with family members that you haven't spoken to since your mom stopped forcing you to talk to people on the cell phone. You know, I had to force myself with the grace of God to continue to connect with my grandmother, as we're both on the opposite personality spectrums. But then I found out it's actually not too bad, you know, like listening once I accepted, because key is accepting someone for who they are. And if once you accept people, you can really be able to continue to connect with people once you're not trying to change them, which is the key. Make sure you're not trying to change people when they don't want to be changed. And also I connected with my baby cousins because now I'm actually helping with the research programs that they can do because they're in that K through 12 bracket. I also joined some family reunions on Zoom to connect with people, you know, I haven't seen since I was a baby, you know, you get that? I haven't seen you since you were this little. Oh my gosh. Yes, try to do that. My sixth tip is to get ahead of schedule. Get it started on your next semester by getting the books you need and doing the research that you need to excel basically in the class. I know, example, I emailed my professors to see if either I can have this syllabus or any other resources I need to get the school started. School started during winter break, so it'll just be easier to me because I know it helps not to feel so behind, especially during the school year. You may lose the motivation that you need to do the schoolwork, but I know for me, it helps for me if I already reviewed everything I need to know. So at least when the professors are talking through Zoom, I can actually be like, oh, I actually know what they're talking about. And that helps me usually focus and concentrate on what's being actually said. And overall, it's just like really helpful because then you can maybe, you know, be that solo person that actually engages with the professor, because that could help in the long run when you have at the end of the semester, when you have a couple points left to bump for that grade to become an A or a B or a C. That could be the game changer when you send that email. It'll be like, hey, she actually participated in class. Sure, I'll bump that grade up. 7 is if you're involved in clubs, make sure to start getting on your work ahead of time. So make sure to start preparing for your next semester. Make sure to start brainstorming, planning things that you need for next semester, the funds, and getting all that stuff situated now. So you can next semester just a breeze, despite this coronavirus, or I call it the corona. Yes. So, for example, for me, as my position as Educational Equity Director, I have started writing legislation, reviewing legislation, and brainstorming other ideas for next semester.
Student Union building was going to be built at New Kensington. I know they were waiting on that for a long time.
And side note, if anyone's a leader in diversity and inclusion at their school, definitely hit me up. And for example, as my other position as a global online mentor, where I mentor like international students, is I'm trying to connect with similar clubs and governments at other universities. So in international students at different universities, and you can always hit me up if you're interested in joining me on pursuing this path to connecting international students with international students at different schools. So that about sums up all the tips that I have of productive things to do as a college student during winter break. If anyone has suggestions or ideas or comments, you can on my next video, or suggestions on the video, you can please comment below. And also follow my Instagram, Neptune's Journey, to be updated on the things that I'm doing and working on. And I would absolutely love to be connected with you. Yes, you. So that's a wrap. It was nice for you guys being on my intergalactic journey, and I hope you guys have safe travels back. It was nice chatting with you.